Alrighty, traders, welcome to the news report coming out at 2 o'clock today. I do apologize for starting a little late. Looks like I had some technical issues. I haven't done this in a while, so if we managed to get started right about 10 minutes, 5 minutes after I expected. Well, traders, hopefully everyone is excited about what's going to happen right now. If you can go ahead and type up in the chat right now, I do have a chat available right here. If you can go ahead and type up in the chat. Let's make sure that the sound and video is coming through loud and clear. I do see audio coming through loud and clear on my end here. I do want to check and make sure that it's coming through loud and clear on your end too as well. David, good day to you. We've got Denise in the house. Good morning. Jordan, good day. All right, good, fantastic. So it looks like sound is coming through loud and clear. So what is the purpose of this session today? Well, we're going to definitely take a look and see what the US dollar is going to do and how it's going to react based on the Fed decision keeping the rates unchanged. That's what the expectation is. Keeping the rates unchanged. Do they shock us? We know that there's been discussion and conversation around a possible rate hike in 2021. Could today be the day? I don't think so. It's not really been specified. We're going to go ahead and see how the market reacts. Now, if the rate keeps unchanged, then everything is going to come down to what the verbiage is. I know the press conference will create some volatility as well, but everything is based on what's going to happen in the statement, what's going to be reported in the statement. Now, we're not going to go ahead and pay attention to the details of the statement, but we are going to pay attention to the actual movement of the market. How is the market going to move? How are we going to be able to react and trade accordingly? So we're going to go ahead and take a look and see how that plays out. So with that being said, I just realized that I've just gone ahead and lost video, and I should come online with the video right now. My video just went ahead and cut it out on us, but we should be good to go right now. Let me double check here on the video. And the video, yep, the video's up, so we should be good now. I was paying attention more to the chat than anything else, but we should be good now with the video. Yep, so I do apologize about that. Once again, haven't done this in a while. I haven't gone ahead and broadcast live, but I'm glad we are live right now, so we can go ahead and check out and see how things play out as we go ahead and move on. So let's go ahead and take a look. Now, the first thing before we get started, I want to make sure that everyone is subscribed to this channel. If you have not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that. Subscribe to the channel, but also more importantly, the Google algorithm is important, right, when it comes to getting the video out there into the web, right? And so clicking on the like button helps push and drive this video out into the Google algorithm that goes ahead and gets this video out to a lot more people. So if you can do that, go ahead and smash the like button. I do appreciate that, and thank you everyone for being here. So let's go jump into the details right now. I'm going to go into, first thing number one, let's go into the actual chart, and let's take a look at what's going on right now with regards to the dollar index. All right, and we'll go into some currency pairs as well as we address what's setting up on each pair. So let's go into dollar index first, and I'm going to pull it up over here. Let's go to dollar index. There it is. And if we look over here on dollar index, what's important to note here on dollar index is that we've had, and for those that know that I love looking at different setups, right? I love looking at wave structure, and the way the dollar is set up right now, we've got good wave structure. All right, you can see here that we have what we call a wave 1, and the wave 1 takes us up to this high right here. Then it pulls back, and it goes up to a wave 3. And with the wave 3, we can see that there is a price action that now we're expecting the market to go ahead and pull back a little bit deeper, which we did to a wave 4 right here, and then extended all the way up here to the wave 5. Now, because of the way the market's been moving, we do realize, I'm choking myself right here, we do realize that we've got a price action that's now expected to come off the split wave right here and start moving back down to a fourth wave low. This is it right here. So we're looking for dollar to actually fall from a technical perspective. That's what, without even looking at the details of what's coming out in the actual rate decision and what's coming out in the statement today. Really, the technicals are almost our leading indicator to tell us how we should be trading a specific currency pair or even a specific currency itself, right? And so if we look at the dollar index technical chart right now, dollar index tells us we're at a support level, which is strange because we're coming up to a decision right now, and the decision is heading to the Fed's deciding on whether to raise the rates, keep the rates unchanged, or even cut the rates, which is obviously not a possibility, but either it's going to be a raise of the rates or keep them unchanged. Now, it's a decision that needs to be made. The same way as if we look over here on the chart, we've seen that the market stalling right about here at a support level. So which means that there's a decision that needs to be made. All right, there's a decision that needs to be made. And the news is actually either going to break through here or we're going to get to see another spike to the upside. Now, we can also see that there's divergence as well. Right, we definitely have divergence setting up here, which means that we're now anticipating, all right, price to actually fall down. So you can see right here we had divergence to the top. We did see a fall down, but we really need to break through the support right here. That's key right there. So dollar index is sitting up right here saying, hey, you know, no real decision yet until we get the news and maybe something's going to happen. Now, if we go to pairs like US dollar CAD, can we actually see the same thing happening? Well, take a look right here. If you look at US dollar CAD right here, US dollar CAD took out the wave forward. It is an internal structure right here, but we're actually looking for US dollar, again, traded against the Canadian dollar, to drop a little further down south. Let me go ahead and compress up a little bit. And to drop a little further down south, so which means it's going to take out the low here at 120.52 and drop down to 115.91. So there is this expectation that US dollar CAD is actually going to sell off now that we've completed this fourth wave correction. Now, I have to add this as well and say that we're not completely done with the fourth wave. We've taken out a high right here, but we're in a fourth wave. Now, that's very important to take note, right? We're not saying that we've completed the fourth wave. We're saying that we're in a fourth wave, which means that we're in a correction move of a larger time frame. And so it means that there is still some upside potential on US dollar, but not for too long, because we're eventually going to start seeing the dollar sell off. And if you actually look at the dollar index chart, the dollar index chart also says that there's some upside potential, but we're actually also still looking for a bigger sell-off to the downside. So if the dollar really gets weak, all right, and if today really creates that weakness, then we could see a huge sell-off to the downside. But the thing here is, this is the catalyst, right? If the Feds are actually looking to raise rate, that normally creates some sort of a positive move in the dollar, right? If there is going to be rate change and the rates are going to be increased, that normally increases the dollar because traders or these investors start investing into the dollar because we're now getting more buck for our investment, right? We're getting more return on investment because if interest rates go up, so will, of course, rate of return on investment. So people invest back in dollars. So we're probably going to get some sort of move to the upside on the dollar. But everything's going to come back down to the verbiage, right? What is their plan of action? What do the Feds really want to do? All right. And so we're about 2 minutes away from the actual rate decision coming out right here. And so let's take a look and see exactly what happens in the rate decision, what goes on. And let's see here if I go to another pair. I'm going to jump to another pair that I'm actually looking at, which, by the way, is indirectly affected by the movement of the dollar, right? And that is the JPY crosses. A pair that I'm looking at right here is actually the pound JPY. Now, again, if we start seeing some movement in a safe haven, if investors start moving money, if they start getting wary of the dollar and they want to move into something more safe haven, JPY, Swiss franc is one of those currencies that the market investors start moving their money into. And so we've also seen, if we see some dollar weakness, we've also seen cryptos actually start taking a rally. So there's a lot of things that can happen just based on the value of the dollar, whether it strengthens or weakens. We can actually start seeing some movement in cryptos. We can see some movement in the safe haven currency pairs like the JPY, Swiss franc. So it's a good point. That's why I call this an epic moment, right? This really comes out. Now, we've just had the news right here. I don't know if anything's been reported here on Bloomberg yet. Let's see. Awaiting rate decision. There's about a 20-second delay. There's not a live feed coming through right here. Breaking news. Let's take a look right here. And I'm going to go ahead and flip it over to this here so you can actually see. And let's see here. Okay, all right. So what is it saying here? It says Fed's okay. It says here economy made decision progress. Fed say progress made towards conditions for tapping bond buys. Central bank latest in the, okay. Let me see here. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Let's go to our. Let's take a look right here. All right. So unchanged, looks like it's kept it unchanged at the moment right now. Kept it unchanged. We are seeing a drop in. Dow's been down for today. S&P's been down. Nasdaq's been slightly up. And let's see here. S&P, yep, it's still 14. We've got Russell going up a little bit. Nasdaq up. So let's go ahead and take a look and see exactly what's going on here as we go back to the chart. Let's take a look here. Dollar index. So dollar is rallying, so unchanged, so exactly what we anticipated, right? An unchanged move, all right, is creating some volatility in the dollar. So which goes to the, let's go back to that US dollar CAD move. And yeah, we can see right here, US dollar CAD, let's go to a lower time frame. And there you can see it, boom, bang. So keeping the rate unchanged is again creating that sort of positive move on the dollar right there. Positive move on the dollar. And the one thing that is important right here, I actually closed out a few positions on the dollar on the US dollar CAD. The one thing important right now for me is to see us break through this level of support right here, because we've already started looking at entry points here, and we're anticipating price to move to around about 127.61. So with the unchanged rate, is it going to be enough for the Fed to push up price to get above that 125.94 level and stay above there, and then look for some some continuation as we move into Friday, into the weekend, and then of course come next week as well. So key right now is how it goes out. Look, the most important thing, traders, that we need to understand is trying to get in on a Fed move. All right, for those traders that are saying, "Hey, Big Dog, how do I get in on this trade? How do I get into the action on those?" Well, the first most important thing right now is what we're using with fundamentals is we're using the initial move to set up the foundation of our next trade, right? Because when the news comes out, firstly, brokers are going to be widening up their spreads. It's going to be tough to get into the market. You're not going to get in at the price that you want. There's going to be slippage. There's a lot of negative stuff that goes around trying to get in on a move like this. And also, very importantly, all right, if you do get filled and you get filled at the top of a move, if the market pulls down and you have a 50, 60 pips move, and they keep you in the market at a high price, what's going to happen is you're going to struggle to be able to make money if price dips back down and goes back to the starting point of the news report. So you can see right here, typical, check this out, right? So yeah, the market spiked up right here. Now this is the US dollar CAD. It won't be a big spike here, but you can still see we had about a 20 pip drop from the highs, and it's dropping a little bit more. It's getting a little choppy right now, all right, a little choppy. So news has come out, the statement's been read, and the market's trying to digest the information right here. So as this is starting to wear itself out, right, as the market's starting to figure itself out, what I think we need to do here is we need to figure out what is our game plan, all right? How are we going to trade this, or how do we want to trade this? And I guess the next question is, do we want to trade this? All right. So let's take a look at a couple of things here. Firstly, number one, we understand that we need to get proper confirmation from the actual the news, right? We have to get proper confirmation. We cannot just react based on what we're seeing right now. And so we need to go back to the larger time frames. So do we have anything that's indicating dollar strength or dollar weakness on the other pairs that are trading against the dollar, or the other currencies that are trading against the dollar? Let's take a quick look at that quickly. And so I'm going to go into a couple of setups right here. I'm going to start off with let's go ahead. I'm going to start off with the the 4-hour time frame on US dollar CAD. So 4-hour time frame on US dollar CAD tells me that we're in a bullish channel. All right, we're in a really bullish trend right now on US dollar CAD. And this might just be in the midterm. All right, I'm not talking about long term. Let's say midterm right now. We're in a bullish channel. And we can see that anytime market dips down, we should be looking at an opportunity to go back long. So I'm going to say this, that if we trade above, and you may want to write this down. If you like writing down numbers, this is another number you want to write down right here. If we trade above 126 and we have a closed candle above 126 on a 4-hour time frame, it's time to start buying on the dips, right? So whatever strategy you use to get in, it'll be time to buy on the dips. So go ahead and check it out. Buy on the dips on US dollar CAD. I believe we're going to be bullish. Now, if it trades below that, now let me go ahead and put another level down here. If we trade below 125.20, let's call it 125.50. All right. So 125. If we trade below 125.50, we're going to stand aside. All right, because what we have to look for is how far can the market move down before we can see a turnaround, before the midterm rally starts or at least continues. And so what I will do here is I'll go down to or at least go up to my larger time frame right here, and I'll look over here and I'll say, okay, on my large time frame, I'm still looking for a rally going up right here. I still want to see price going up to complete this fifth wave. But I'm going to look to see if price is going to come back to retest this trend line, possibly around about 124.80. So that's not too far away from that 125.50 level, right? So we're about 70 pip drop. So we could probably drop about 70 pips at most, right? 70 pips down to this level, and then we're going to probably go ahead and see the market rally up. Now, am I a buyer in the market right now? No, okay. I am a buyer, all right? I am a buyer as long as the dollar index stays above that trend line. Take a look at that trend line. Here it is here. It's the dollar index. So I'm going to be a buyer in US dollar CAD as long as the dollar here remains above above this level. All right. So if we remain above that level, I'm definitely going to continue to be a buyer in US dollar CAD. I'm just going to look for the opportunities. Now, I don't want to be caught up in sideways action, right? So I want to make sure that when I do get in, I've got the momentum behind me. And so what I want to do is, just like I said, I want to make sure that we are seeing price trading back above these levels. All right? It's got to be above that level. It's got to be above this level. Now, what's really interesting is, notice this level at 126. If we go to our weekly pivots for the week, take a look at our weekly pivots. Our weekly pivots are sitting here at around 26.30. So not only do we have to break above 126, but we also have to get above that pivot point, the weekly pivot point, which, by the way, is at 126.29. Now, if price goes up and just tests that, and we start seeing a turnaround to the downside and come back into the range below 126, we're probably going to be heading in the opposite direction, which means that we've just seen a false breakout, all right, a bull trap, and we're starting to hit the market's starting to hit back down south again. So we're at very critical levels, but I think it's important that we understand that we've got to wait for this confirmation. A 4-hour time frame broken above would give us those signals. The good thing about trading the US dollar CAD breakout is that we don't have to risk a lot. All right, we can take the range that we're in right here, and we can actually place our stop loss inside this range. All right, but 50% below, all right, 50% of the range, and put our stop loss below that 50%. So here is 50% right here. So here's the range, all right, and this is, so there's the range right here. There's the top right here. Hold on, I've got to get my tool working here. All right, so here is the tool. All right, so here we are. So I'm going to go ahead and mark this off. I'm going to mark this off here, and I'll make that a little thicker. Right, so there it is there. So this level, which is around about 50% of the range. So 125.63. So if you place a stop loss below this 50% level right here, and you get, let's say you get your confirmation above the pivot point, you'll be looking at around about 60, 70 pip stop loss with an upside potential of price moving. Let's take a look right here, all the way up here to 129.12. So we're looking for price to move all the way here to 129.12, which gives us about a 325 pip opportunity. So the risk reward ratio on that is close to 1 to 5, slightly less, to 1 to 5 risk reward ratio, and you've got a 670 pip stop on that. So that's what you're going to be looking for right here. Now again, waiting for the confirmation is important. Now if you want to follow me in my Telegram account, I do have a Telegram account inside the description. Check it out. And what I do is in the Telegram, I normally post these type of updates. So anytime the market is doing something that's interesting enough for us to follow, and I am very interested in following the US dollar CAD. I do believe the upside potential is all the way to 129. And so once the opportunity presents itself, I will be looking to add into that position and trade it. Now, often I do these quick scalp trades. And at the moment right now, I don't have a buy trade on the actual US dollar CAD. But as soon as I do, I'll let you know of the buy trades. You can grab some 20 pip grabs as well as we start looking for the market to rally as well. No buy trades as of yet. All right, so we'll let you know about that as well. Check out the Telegram account in the description. All right, now that is the US dollar. Now, what else is looking really good right here? And then I'm going to go to the euro. Let's take a look at the euro. Euro US dollar right here. I love the Euro US dollar. I absolutely love the Euro US dollar. The reason why I like this so much is because we have a nice break of the downward, let's call it that falling wedge, right? We had a nice break of that falling wedge, and price is now going to move up. It's come back to retest the backside. It looks really good. Check it out right here. It looks really good. And as we see the test right here, we have two indecision candles right here. Now, what is important is that we do trade above that 1835 level, so 1.1835. If we can trade above that 1845, and I'm looking over here, yeah, 1845. So if we can break above that 1845 level or 1835 in that region, we're on our way, and we're on our way towards the top of the range up here. I'm going to go ahead and mark off something here. All right, I can actually make that a little smaller. So we're looking for price to get back down to about that level, all right, which is priced at around about 119.74. So we're looking for a rally. Now let me go down to the lower time frame. Let's see if we've got any opportunity here. Woo! Look at that! Wow! Look at that strength that we had in the dollar, but clearly did not hold, and now it's pulled back all the way up here. You see how choppy this can be? If you try and get in on this and think you're going to be making money on this, these are false breaks, especially for those traders that are down on a 5-minute time frame. I mean, look at that. We had a nice little dip right here. There would have been a lot of slippage, but then it turned around and hit back north. Now, check out what's really interesting. Notice right here that we actually had a candle signal right here that's telling us that if the market breaks above this open candle right here, which is at 1811, we should be looking for price to continue to move back up north. But with this big spike, I don't know if I'm going to be looking at the 5-minute time frame. So I'm going to move it back again. All right, I'll go to the 15. Let's see here. All right, so US dollar. All right, let me take a look at the 1 hour. See if we've got a signal on the 1 hour. So the 1 hour is giving us, you can see right here, we can see a nice little, there's that falling wedge. We can see the nice breakout right here. We did have a wave swing right here. And prices come back. And it seems like it's range bound for most part right now. I don't see any additional signals, so we may get price moving down a little bit lower right here. And eventually then we'll see the euro move back up again. So right now there's a lot of indecision at the moment right now. I don't know if the market's waiting for the press conference and to get some more details about what's going on. I think the statement was pretty clear. It looks like they're going to, obviously, you know, I have to read through the statement a lot more clear, but clearly the market reaction is telling us, yeah, that rates unchanged, and there is a possibility of the rate increase of rates. And the reason why I'm saying that there's a possibility of the increase of rates still this year is because we had a very strong move in the dollar initially. And so that's my first thought is that in the statement, that is something that's been disclosed and still discussed, that there's that possible rate hike that's taking place in 2021 still. No date has been set yet, not that I know of. But we certainly can go ahead and look at that. So that is the US dollar right here. Let's take a look at gold. You can see right here as we look at gold, gold's a little flat at the moment right now, especially on the 1 hour. We're a little flat, but let me go into a larger time frame right here. And let's take a look at gold. Well, hey, listen here. What's real interesting about gold is that we're actually setting up right here. Look at this. We've got a nice little wave structure right here. Now, we've broken below and we retraced slightly down right here. I was actually expecting gold to come back a little lower, but we're seeing a little bit of a push up now. And so gold has gone ahead and created this wave 1, wave 2, wave 3 up here. And now we've come back, check this out. We've come back all the way down to retest our wave 1 high. Check that out right here. There it is there. Let me label it out for you so you can see it. Okay, it looks like this. Go wave 1, wave 2 down here. Wave 3 is up here. Here's down wave 4 right here. And so now we're looking for the market to go up to wave 5. And if that's the case, if this holds its structure, then we're anticipating gold to move up to 1,981 right here. All right. There it is there. And so now if we go back down to the smaller wave structure right here, the internal wave structure, for those that are looking for buying opportunities, all right, it would be something like this. You're probably going to see gold slip down a little lower. We're probably going to get down to this there. I do see, though, a level of support coming off that high. And so this is the reason why right here, why gold is not slipping. This is going to be a short-term support level. All right, and that's priced at 1,794 right here. So there's a solid level. Maybe that's it. Now the next move for gold, I believe that could be it. So there could be certainly a lot of buying pressure right now, chasing after the next upside move for gold, and that's going to be around about 1887 right here. 1887. All right. Now we'll have to take a look and see how that plays out over the course of the next few weeks. But I'll keep an eye on that. Expect the next few weeks and months as we head towards the end of the year. So I certainly feel that there's a good spot right now to really start investing in gold. If you haven't invested in gold and you're thinking about gold, waiting for a good opportunity, I definitely see an opportunity as we see price holding at that support level. Now, if gold does drop down a little bit lower, down to around about 1768, there could be another opportunity to go ahead and add onto your position and look for price to go ahead and move back up. We've got some good upside potential to around about 1,887 on gold, and right now, good solid support level. Let's go jump into the cryptos. Now, I said that cryptos would be moving as well. We'll see some market action in cryptos if we do see change in the dollar. Right now, not seeing a whole bunch. If we look over here, let's move this down to a 15. So we can see at 2 o'clock, at the 2 o'clock time, we did see a rally. Now, this rally is probably because of the fact that we did see, and let me go back to dollar index. Take a look. So you see this initial upside move on dollar, but now we're seeing some downside move in the dollar right now. So with this being bearish at the moment right now, cryptos seem to be slowly working its way up. If we're going to start seeing some further weakness in dollar, I would not be surprised if I start seeing some cryptos starting to move. And the reason behind that is when we're starting to see a dollar dip, investors are starting to move their money in other things that they can make a good return on. And so it becomes a safe haven. Everything becomes a safe haven. I'm not saying Bitcoin is a safe haven for traders, but certainly over the years has shown that anytime we see a little bit of a downside move in the dollar, we start seeing some upside move in cryptos. We start seeing some strength in dollar, we tend to start seeing some movement out of the cryptos and into something else. So I'm just saying, keep an eye on that. And that would have explained, if you look over here, a good example of that is, take a look over here as we go into a larger time frame right here. Actually, let me pull this up. When do we have that fall in the cryptos? Let's see here. Here is the 19th of July. Certainly wasn't there. Oh, hang on. Yeah. This is when we saw a dip in cryptos. Can you remember? We started seeing cryptos, especially Bitcoin, hitting highs, Ethereum hitting highs, and then suddenly we started seeing those drops, right? Take a look over here. This was 10th of June. So 10th of June, we started seeing price. This is the breakout here. This was on the 15th of June. Let me go to, let's go to Bitcoin right here. Take a look at Bitcoin. So the 15th of June was that big move, right? Take a look right here. And so we hit 60 up here. What date was that? April 13. So that was April 13. We broke out, and then this was the actual big move right here. May. Huh. Hold on a second. Let me go back to dollar index. So it was May. There was a rally. Oh, that was a short-term rally here. Let me see here. My bad. I'm looking at the wrong dates. Let's go ahead and pull this up. All right. So here is, there we go, March, April. So the beginning of April, we started seeing dollar weakness. And then here it is in May. Okay, so here in May, around about the 19th, let's call it between the 10th of May all the way through until around about the 13th of June, things started brewing, things started changing. All right, and so we go back to Bitcoin. Take a look at Bitcoin right here, and we're looking at around about April right here to May. There it is. This is it right here. So this is where we started seeing some market reaction in Bitcoin. See how Bitcoin started dropping? When we started seeing dollar rally, we started seeing Bitcoin drop right here. And now that we're in a little bit of a situation where looks like dollar index may end up dropping south, we're starting to see a rise in Bitcoin again. Now we're at a key level. I want you to mark this off. Note this. I've been paying a lot of attention to this. But note over here, we're at a key level of resistance on Bitcoin. All right, a key level of resistance. If the dollar index breaks below that support level, we're going to break above this resistance level. I have no doubt in my mind. We're going to break above that resistance. If I go to the dollar index right here, once again, let's go to dollar index. There's that support right here. If we break through that support, we come back down here, I'm going to expect a rally back when we add around about 11,789. So if we see a drop in dollar index to about here, I'm going to anticipate rally in Bitcoin, in cryptos. When we start anticipating some rally, notice that we haven't seen a big move in the altcoins, right? We've seen a rally in Bitcoin, we've seen a rally in Ethereum, Litecoin's been rallying too, but we haven't seen a lot of the other altcoins that are moving that much. It's very slow. Dogecoin, forget about it. All right, but we're not seeing any of the Chainlink, Loopring, a couple of the other altcoins that people are looking at. We're not seeing that moving too rapidly right now. And so as we continue to monitor this, watch for the dollar index. I regret back in April. All right, I regret back in April, May, not capturing a big portion of my profit. I did close out on a lot of my cryptos just before the fall, but then I got back in again halfway instead of allowing it to get back to the support level that I anticipated price to move. So I was trying to get in and out, in and out. So I got back in again, but I'm absolutely going to be paying a little bit more attention to what's happening with the dollar, because if I paid attention back in May and I saw what I saw back in May, I would have made a bigger decision and a change decision. They would have been definitely, a lot better financially. So keep an eye on that. I'm certainly going to go ahead and watch out for that as well. Let's go take a look here. So there it is here. So I'm looking at the news right now. Not seeing anything else coming out right here. By the way, yep, we can just see right here. Actually, talking about Bitcoin right there. You can see there, Bitcoin now on its run. We got 20, it's up 30% or almost 30% in the last 5 days. So we've definitely seen some rally in Bitcoin. So there's definitely been conversation around that. There's no doubt about that. And I can definitely relate and say that most of this movement that we're seeing right now is due to the dollar and what's happening to the dollar. Are people starting to fear the dollar and starting to move into something else? And if that's the case and the dollar falls, there's other ways to go ahead and invest as well. So with that being said, I was going to wait until, I'm going to wait until the press conference. That gives us another 4 minutes, right? In another 4 minutes, we've got the press conference taking place. I'm going to give at least 5 minutes into the press conference. We'll take a look and see how the market reacts. Normally, we can normally see a different reaction in the market during the press conference. So we'll give the first 5 minutes. I think the first 5 minutes is important. After the first 5 minutes, we'll go ahead and cut the session off. But we'll take a look and see how that played out. But in the meantime, I want to bring your attention to 2 trades that we're looking at this morning. Aussie CAD and New Zealand CAD. We're chasing after just a 20 pip grab on them. I'm going to go ahead and open up those trades right here. Let's take a look right here. And those 2 trades are, there it is there. New Zealand CAD was a buy. Aussie CAD was a buy. We went and posted the details. We're only 11 pips up on the one trade. We're about 2 pips down on the New Zealand CAD. It's been bouncing back and forth. If you actually go to the, let's go to the pairs. Let's go to New Zealand CAD first. And you can see right here that we got it here. Price moved down a little lower. Let's go ahead and jump in on the lower time frame. We actually used our lower time frame to make our trading decisions. But check it out there. And by the way, we did say price can go down to this 1.618. And I said if price goes down to the 1.618 down here, then what we probably want to look for is a short-term rally and coming back to retest this level. So we're going to probably look at this to be our resistance right here. All right. Because what's going to happen is it looks like the New Zealand CAD will continue to move further down south. But we're going to see a little rally first before the dip back down south again. So as we see the market going ahead and hitting this 1.618 right here, it now classifies as a new swing, and then we're going to see price moving back up to the support. So let's take a look right here. So we can move up another 25 pips, and it looks like about 20 pips from our entry right here. So we're probably going to get out of this trade just at the time that it starts to turn around and heading in the opposite direction. So we got to probably about 20 pips. That's all we're looking for. We're trying to capture 20 pips out of the trade, and that's about it. Let's take a look at the next. The next setup is the Aussie CAD right here. Aussie CAD, we pulled up a trade in the trading room this morning again on Aussie CAD. We went and bought it down here. A very good price. We actually bought it when we saw this divergence. If you didn't note that, we noticed that I believe it was on the 15. Let's take a look here. Let's see here. Yeah. See, as price, we said as price trades below this right here, okay, as price trades below this, we're going to go ahead and enter because we're looking at divergence. We noticed that the oscillator is moving north, price is moving down. It was a good opportunity for us to get in. And when we saw this indecision candle right here, we knew it was time to get in at this support right here and look for price to move up. Now, we're looking for only 20 pips in this move. Only 20 pips. And if I go ahead and look, oh, wait a minute. Did we get down to the 127 here as well? Oh, wow, look at that. Look at that. This is something we pointed out as well. You can see right here. Look at price. Let me, mine looks like my tool here is not working. Get it back up here again. All right, so if we look at this right here, we're looking at right here. We're looking at a good level of support right here, but we also at the 1.618 right, is it 1.27 right here. And so here we have a wave 1, we have wave 2, we've gone all the way down here to wave 3. Price has gone up here, and it's managed to work its way in an irregular flat down to this 127 right here. So with that being the case, this was a good level to get in right here. Now, granted, this is our 4th wave right here. So there's not a lot of movement to the upside right here. So I have to actually go ahead and look at a larger time frame to see if there's any upside potential on this. Do we see the Aussie CAD even going up a little higher than that? And if not, then I may want to go ahead and cut my losses on this. Okay, let's take a look here on this trade. I'm going to go to the larger time frame. You know what, with this support right here, I know this is a daily candle right here, but you know what, with this being support right here, I think I'm going to continue to hold that position. There's definitely support right here. In tomorrow's trading, we may get a bullish move to the upside right here. And so I'm going to go ahead and stay on this. Let me take a look at the news. Let's go take a look at the news right here. And I'm going to see what we've got coming out tomorrow. We've got the advanced GDP coming out tomorrow, so that's US data. And then we do have GDP coming up, but monthly GDP coming out tomorrow. That's it right here. Am I at the right date? Yeah. So Friday, we've got a little bit of data coming out right here on Friday. Thursday, we do some US data, but Friday, we've got a little bit of data. So coming in the next 2 days, I think I'm going to hold on to that position a little longer. Once again, I will update you inside the trading room, or at least in the Telegram account. So I will update you in the Telegram account and let you know as to what I'm going to do and how I'm going to be able to trade that. So I'll let you know. Go ahead and make sure that you check it out. Once again, traders, let's go take a look at the dollar index. See if anything materialized during the press conference right here. It's the 15-minute time frame. And just so that you know, you can see a lot of whipsaw action right here. But this is where the news started right here. I believe that is the 2 o'clock candle. Let's take a look. Yep. So this is the 2 o'clock candle. This is where price opened at 2 o'clock right there. And so since price has opened up at 2 o'clock, we've seen a bullish rally, then it settled down. And that bullish rally right there could only be a hint of possible rate hike in the future, but it's not necessarily making anything move as of right now. All right, we're not seeing any reaction out of the market right now. Yep, not seeing anything at the moment right now. Now I'm seeing over here, I'm going to go to this channel right here. This is Bloomberg. I'm looking at Bloomberg right here. And I'm seeing that they are talking a little bit right here, but there are some news reports coming out. Yeah, you can definitely go ahead and read up a little bit more about what's going on with the news, and take a look at more details here. There's a lot of videos on that as well that you can go ahead and check out as well. But that pretty much wraps up. This afternoon. Not a lot of action out of the market. I will though keep an eye on the dollar index as the close of today and as we trade in tomorrow. Maybe we're not going to get some good signals today or tomorrow, but as we're heading to Friday, from Thursday to Friday, I do believe we are going to get a good setup. We normally see some strong trading moves on the Thursday to Friday sessions. So we'll take a look and see how that plays out between Thursday and Friday. It's going to be important to check it out. Make sure you check those levels out. Watch Bitcoin, watch the dollar index, and that'll set you up to be able to understand exactly what to monitor as you're moving into the Thursday Friday session. So I will be updating in my Telegram account. Check it out in the description. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that right now. If you like the content, you like the content of the video, please go ahead and smash the like button. It will help me to be able to get this video out to other people. I do appreciate your support. Thank you very much. You guys have a fantastic afternoon. Happy trading, and I'll update you as the markets update me. All right, I'll see you then. Thank you.